I always love these ones that are just so sweet. We're going to do one right here, and we're going to create a tiny little cluster of circles. We're going to leave a little space, and we're going to come down and we're going to do a tiny little cluster of circles. And we're going to come over here and do one more. Okay. We're going to add, so these are our petals for this, is they're kind of rounded at the bottom, and then they're rounded, and then they're almost going to come to a point, except it's a soft point. Okay, so I'm going to start here. One, and then I'm going to do another one right here. Give it a friend. I'm going to connect these two, and then I'll connect these. Okay, we're going to do another one. So a little petal, another little petal. I always like to do kind of the three, and then my little connector petals. We're going to come over here. One, two, a big petal. We're going to give it a teeny tiny little friend, and then we're going to round that one. Okay. Right here, I'm going to make with my pen, I'm going to make this, and I'm going to make a Y, and this is going to come down like this. And you can see I'm kind of trying to make it sort of thick. I'm going to come up like this. Right here, I'm going to add one circle and another circle. From here, I'm going to make another like little stem coming up. We're going to add another one coming off there. And then we're going to make another one kind of coming like this, and that's going to branch. Okay, right here, we're going to make a little line. We're going to add a circle. Okay, we're going to come up like this. And I'm just going to make a skinny little stem. I'm going to add in a rounded triangle. I'm going to bring this down like this, right? So this is going to kind of come at a little bit of an angle and then down. Okay. I want there to be kind of a little zigzag. And then this, we're just going to fill in with really sketchy little lines till it fills in. Okay, I'm going to divide this by making kind of a sort of like a rounded divider line. And then I'm going to divide this by doing two little curved lines. So it looks a little quilted. Right here, I'm going to make two lines. And on those, I'm going to add two little balls. Right here, I'm just going to pull in just kind of like a little comma or an apostrophe or something. Just one quick little line there. Again, I'm going to crisscross this, so a diagonal, and then another one, and then another one. And I don't want to do, straight across, because I'm going to come in and I'm going to round those edges on this one just a little bit. Here, you know how we did that with just that quick little mark? I'm going to do another one just like that. I'm going to make another little stick and another little ball. You can do multiple if you want to. It depends on how many you've got. Do like that. I'm going to bring this up right there and add another one there and another one there. I want to make sure that this stick blends in. I want it to meet nicely. Sometimes you have to go over it again. But there's our little Meadow Rue. Isn't it cute? We're going to add a couple little petal flips. So we're going to add that there. Right here, I'm going to add one. Maybe I'll add one right there. Because these have kind of curvy little petals. Okay, over here, we're going to add one, just a little wiggle. Little curve right there. Maybe both sides on that. And then a little bit there. Again, I tend to like to do this on my wider petals just because that makes the most sense. I've allowed the most room for me to kind of play in there. And I usually don't do every petal, right? I usually do 3 or 4 on those. And we're all done with that one as well.